Fred D. Josephson. He's one of my subscribers. And he owns I believe it's a 1950 businessman's coupe. So I told him that as soon as I got this car back up on the hoist, that I would make a video for him of the underside of the car. So Fred, this one's for you. Hope you can get something useful out of it. See what your car is supposed to look like underneath. Sounds like your car is pretty rotten, so hopefully this helps you out. So this car, before I got a hold of it, it had had some work done on it before. So the rocker panels and this inner rocker here that you can see here had already been replaced. So not too many of the braces are factory. Like you can see this one here. I don't know if this light is not the greatest, but I'll hold it back a bit. So you can see right there, there's a seam, and that piece was made up by the previous guy that worked on this car, and it just goes straight in. So that's not the way it was from the factory. It would have looked more like this here. See how that curls down and joins to the face of the rocker. And this one's pretty blown out. It was all full of dirt, rocks, and sand and stuff, and it was pretty rotten. So I drilled these holes in it here so at least it could drain. So to kind of extend its life a little bit. So that's what the original factory braces would have looked like. And then there's this one here. This is all factory. So this one, you can see how much junk's inside that frame horn there. So all that stuff needs to be cleaned out to keep, because if that gets wet, it doesn't take very long for it to soak up some water, but it takes a long time for it to dry out. It just eats away at the car. So then, of course, these all go across the floor, and they're pretty low profile. Like they're maybe 5/8 of an inch down from the floor pan. And there's another one there. So it connects to that one that we were looking at with the factory one. And it goes up through the tunnel. Crosses over, of course. So there's a little remnant of the factory brace there. See it turning down onto the inner rocker. And of course this is the one that I rebuilt back here. The body, the mount area. So see, I still need to do a little cleanup on that. And then there's the other one I made at the front. So that's more like a factory mount. So I don't know how bad your car is, Fred, but this one was actually pretty bad at one point. Before this guy did this inner rocker and everything. So I don't know. Oh, and then of course back here, these mounts I built back here, but you can't see much of them anymore because I've got the gas tank back in. So anyways, that just runs all the way across the bottom of the trunk. Here's the other one I built. So I hope that helps you out a bit, Fred. I don't know what else I can show you. As far as body mounts go, body braces, floor pan braces, want to have a good look at the whole thing, I guess. I'd really like to see this car get, I don't know, maybe sandblasted under here, or a good steam cleaning anyway, and then some kind of paint thrown on it. Of course, all these areas where the oil's leaking out and the grease is slinging out all over everything, that's going to preserve it. Maybe I should just mix up some oil and grease and spray it everywhere. That'll seal it up, keep the moisture off it, soak it all into this mud that's everywhere. But anyway, I don't know, there's lots of different solutions, I guess. A lot of people do that every year. They oil undercoat their vehicles. I don't know how effective it is. Don't really have a huge rust problem here for cars that are being used on a daily basis. It's the ones that sit around in the bush and on wet ground that kind of dissolve. I guess it's the same anywheres, right? But anyways, okay, Fred, I'm going to cut it off here. If you got any more questions for any specific area of the car, maybe you can put that in the comment. So, glad I could help.